Well, I had a nice freeze up there, but since we were just on our way here anyways, I figured I may as well start a new video. There should be an ether current here somewhere, so let's go ahead and just ponder about here a bit. I'm assuming maybe it's up here. Because we're essentially on top of it, but I'm not seeing it at all. Yeah, it is up here. I hear it already. Yeah, it's weird that there didn't really seem to be any areas with ether currents beyond this area. Like, there wasn't any in the area of the dragons at all. Hill travelers, this is a most unexpected occurrence. Hello there. Is this your home? Indeed it is. Forgive me, I had forgotten. An exchange of introductions is expected when first meeting those with whom one is unacquainted. With the vibration of vocal folds, we're still required to convey our thoughts and intention. EA, I believe, was the pronunciation they used when referring to our people. Though it's not entirely applicable given our present state, you are welcome to use this appellation. As for nomenclature, to address my individual person, I believe it would be pronounced Kof Code. Yes, Kof Code of the EA. We have encountered beings that communicate intermittently through thought, but never one that is wholly without voice. I presume we are having this conversation via the medium of ether, or Dymus, as the space is of use of vast quantities of it. Fascinating in either case. I gather your response to my presence is positive, then. That is well, for there is something I wish to ask of you. Like yourselves, we Ea are ether-based life forms, therefore it may be surmised that your bodies are of comparable biological composition to those we once possessed. I have a number of queries regarding your subjective perception of the five senses: sight, sound, taste, touch, and smell. Until I have prepared 188,712,180,827. Now that's a rather lot, isn't it? My apologies. I have omitted a great many details necessary to understand the nature of my request. Though we dispensed with our corporeal vessels long ago, we have rediscovered a need for the flesh, and have endeavored to recreate our erstwhile forms. However, all pertinent records have been lost due to the passage of time. Take, for example, the nervous system. It is well within our power to recreate, but we have no frame of reference for sensations once experienced by our people, which may compromise our ability to interact with physical environment. And the reason you need to regain corporal forms? Why, to bring an end to our existence, of course. Though need is perhaps too strong a word, it would be a simple matter to unmake ourselves through use of etheric insangulators, but such a death seems inadequate. The traditionalists among us believe proper death requires an inescapable sense of permanence in one's final moments, an experience found only with bodies of flesh. We should very much like to hear more of your plans. In exchange, we'll answer any questions you have to the best of our ability. Such an exchange of information would indeed prove useful. Very well, to ensure efficacious exchange, I hereby invite you to our home. Yes, the abode of the AA, where we traditionalists prepare for our demise. I presume your consent to answer questions is indicative of a tactile approval of our plans, in which case your cooperation is greatly appreciated. I must caution you, however, to be mindful of the AA wandering the desert. Their desire for bodies of flesh could be described as overzealous. Now, if you would follow me... This is going rather smoothly, not that I'm complaining, mind. Even so, we mustn't forget their aim is oblivion, much like the dragons. Though I fail to see why a civilization so seemingly advanced would choose to unmake all they have created. At any rate, we'll find no answers dialing here. Let us be on our way. This zone is very weird, but I really do like it. Okay, there's one to the northwest. Is it... I mean, I think I might be able to get over there, yeah. It seems like they made a bunch of ether currents in this area in particular. Not sure why, but... Yeah, it has to be, like, at the edge of this, I guess, because there's no other area beyond this. Wellspring of regret. Oh, nice. Yeah, there it is. So we got 3 in this area alone. It's not going to surprise me if there's even more. Yeah, there's one way off to the east, wherever that is. In fact, it's in our direction, so we may as well just keep on going this way. Northeast now, so maybe it might be somewhere else. I'm not entirely sure. We're actually moving through the zone very quickly. Don't know what that is. That's a new one. Some sort of robot, I think? Or some sort of specter. Level cheater. Level 90. That's the special enemy in the area, I guess. Okay, we'll go ahead and try and get this other ether current, make that 4. Oh, we found a etherite. Okay. So we would have ended up here anyways, but whatever. Let's go ahead and just grab the etherite while we're at it. Alright. Northwest, so it's probably right over here. Yep, I see it already. We got another one to the east, but we're gonna go to the main story quest again. Welcome to our abode. Most of your compeers, you will find, remain idle in their domiciles, though your crystal expressions indicate my phrasing is unclear. I speak, of course, of the violet crystalline constructs hanging from the stone structures there. You say they remain idle, but what of your work to regain your corporeal bodies? An astute question, and understandable given your finite nature. We have no desire to pursue our research, for it is no longer necessary. If, in our idleness, we are struck by sudden inspiration, we rise to pursue said inspiration to its conclusion. That is why I was present for your arrival, and why I continue to engage with you still. While all the others are not currently in a motile state, rest assured they would not object for you to disturb their respite. You only need to cast your thoughts towards one of the crystalline domiciles to communicate. Curious indeed. Give it a look around, I guess. You cast your thoughts towards the crystalline domicile, but there's no response. Curious. Okay. You wish to speak? Very well, pray a moment if you would. Why we seek our end, you ask? If you wish to know, I will tell you. Just a moment, I must remember. What form did I take when I last emerged? Strained moaning comes and goes, but soon fades into silence. Seems like not all of them are doing very well. Did your inquiries yield satisfactory responses? I see. If they fail to answer, then it is likely because their minds have unraveled due to prolonged idleness. They are not but concentrated either now. Worry not, there are no others who have need of those lodgings, and they will not prove a hindrance to remain as they are. But more importantly, you said some of you did answer your request for an audience, yes? I imagine they will be with us ere long. I've had no luck, but everyone else fared well enough. Quite a few EA have awakened. Yeah, there they are. Might I introduce you to Laklea, Dudiki, and Na Need. It has been too long, cough code. I dare say Sarda 4 has been since completed in orbit. Indeed, until the travelers brought us to my attention, I hadn't noticed how unraveled some had become. Travelers? Ah, of course. Of course. The ones who wish to know why we seek to regain our corporal forms. The truth of the matter is as plain to see as the neighboring systems, but my single count would fail to satisfy the requirement for scientific objectivity, lest I bid them awaken you. Am I the only one who struggles to tell who is speaking? Nay, thou art not. In my absence of corporal forms and the divergence they afford, they have such similarity in voice as unavoidable. By the way, cough code, have you already observed the requisite custom for the travelers? The which one is expected to do when receiving guests, a matter of proper form. Yeah, so long as it's been, it completely escaped my mind, and still does. What was it again? I can't seem to remember. Neither do I, pity. I was hoping you would. Perhaps we could search the archives for the answer. Come now, Need. The archives have long since been frozen, lest we subject ourselves to further dolor. Surely you recall that much. Ah, of course, food. The custom is to serve food. Beings of flesh such as they must regularly replenish their ether. By contributing to the replenishment, we communicate our friendly intention. That's right, that's right. We duly invite you to join us in communal repasts, after which we may engage in leisurely conversation. If we have a chance to learn something, then I see no reason to decline. Excellent. If you would care to follow, we shall feast you on the purest of either. Alright. Hopefully this doesn't go wrong. This facility is where we replenish our ether. There is no particular name for it, but we traditionalists sometimes use the word restaurant. Now then, if you take your place with your comrades, the space will soon be awash with the purest ether. Please absorb as much as you like. Alright, see how this goes for us, I guess. You brace yourself for a rush of sweet, sweet ether, but nothing seems to happen. Perhaps you need to wait a little longer. You brace yourself again, but again nothing seems to happen. Just as I suspected, as meticulously as one might create the EA's home world, this is Ultima Thule. One simply cannot generate ether here. As recreations, our friends are oblivious to this fact, to the very truth of their existence, much like the phantoms of the recreated Amarat. However appearances may seem, we must ever be mindful that it is the memories of the dead with whom we deal. So, did you have your fill of ether? Alas, we couldn't absorb it. A deficiency in our forms, it would seem. Oh, how very unfortunate. May I ask how you normally replenish your ether? Through your mouths, you say? How very primitive and quaint. To think that their mouths serve not only to expel sound, but draw in substance besides. Such life forms have long since vanished from our systems. Though we regrettably could not partake of your magnificent feast, rest assured we feel your welcome most keenly. In the course of acquainting ourselves with your sophisticated ways, however, we could not fail to wonder, wherefore do you wish to obtain vessels of flesh and thence to vanish? Will you not favor us with an explanation? You flesh and blood beings are always so hasty. It does have its charm, however. Very well, we shall indulge you. In the beginning, when the EA yet possessed corporal bodies, our ancestors dedicated themselves to the pursuit of knowledge and technological advancement. By transcending all limitations, we believe we could eliminate sorrow and abide in true happiness. From the tangible such as land to the intangible such as labor, there exist myriad hindrances to the progress, but the most confining of all was the flesh itself. Our natural lifespan was distressingly middling, you see, too short to enjoy unhurried lives, yet too long to be considered disposable. Furthermore, to simply maintain the integrity of our bodies demanded considerable resources. But we managed to solve this problem. After long years, we discovered how to become non-corporal entities with everlasting lives, untroubled by the failures of the flesh. Thus changed, we had more time and freedom to continue our scientific pursuits. We went on to make ever greater strides in our quest to transcend all limitations, until we finally decided to challenge the last of them all, the limit of knowledge. That is to say, deciphering the laws of creation. We sought to discover how the universe came into being and explain all extant phenomena, and thence predict the future. If we could but achieve this, we believe that we would be free from uncertainty and anxiety. And did you find the answers you sought? Yes, we did. Our efforts revealed to us a fundamental truth. Knowledge of said truth is essential for the continuation of our conversation. If you would like to learn more, we will share it with you. No, we mustn't. Primitive as they are, it would be unspeakably cruel to deprive them of their ignorance. They are possessed of corporal forms, their lives are readily ended. As those who have gone before, it is not our duty to warn them. What thinkest thou? We have deliberated and come to a consensus. If you are resolved to know it, we will disclose to you the truth we discovered, the truth of the universe. Seek us at the stone pillars just outside the bounds of the abode, a place called Elegia. This is probably not going to be a good truth. A fundamental truth. We will hear it, of course. Let's learn what has led such an enlightened people to this indolent land. Ere we join the EA, there is one trifling matter I would fond to investigate. Narn, Grahatia, might I trouble you for your assistance? But of course. My thanks. We shall head outside the abode if you would kindly follow me. I know not what mischief you are plotting, syaoranvee, but I trust you have our best interests at heart. The rest of us shall go on ahead to Elegia. Lest you worry, we won't start without you. Very interesting question indeed. Doesn't seem like there's anything this way in any case, so... I think we're heading back towards that oasis, or whatever it was. Oasis of Regret, I think it was. Sky looks beautiful. It's just so dark here, I can barely see anything on my screen half the time. Oh, this was a bad spot to jump at. At least we could probably teleport back. Other one. I don't know what that is. Let's not mess with it, I guess. The Wellspring of Regret, that's what it was. Aye, this place shall serve. Is it the spring you wish to investigate? Pray forgive me, my friends, but there's naught to investigate. 'Twas but a pretense to speak in private. You have our undivided attention. As we have established here in Ultima Thule, those denizens of ruined stars are recreated in their twilight days. Yet one question doth arise in my mind. So faithfully formed are the simulacra, they believe themselves yet amongst the living. How dost thou suppose this is possible? Medion made contact with them while they still lived. Of course, she must have visited the stars of the dragons and the EA before either race perished in their entirety. Thus could she make their emotions her own, and with them create more faithful simulacra than she had relied on in any historical account. So too did I theorize, and upon that assumption consider how those two races may have met their demise. According to thine own tale, Medion perceiveth the emotions of those nearby as her own. Heightened sense of empathy intrinsic to her nature as an entelechy. In the course of her starfaring journey, if she encountered beings who strongly desired a cessation of their existence, she would be powerless before that desire. Even as she possessed the power to grant it, the power of Dynamis. It is my suspicion that, overwhelmed by the longing for death, Medion did unleash Dynamis and usher the dragons and their AA into their doom. Of course, such was not always the outcome. Full many stars did she find already lost to ruin. In order to create a terminus, however, the fervent desire for the end is essential. Therefore, should you struggle to find the way forward, pray ask yourselves this: in the place where you stand, who is the soul that yearneth most desperately for oblivion? Why do you tell us this now? Never again would I betray your trust. This pledge I did make to my comrades. In bringing thee into my confidence, I would remain true to my word. As for thee, let us consider it my fitting reward for the secrets I harbored for the Crystal Azark. I once placed my faith in thy chosen path, walking at thy side, full knowing that we were bound by thy demise. Ask now that thou returnest the favor and abide in faith as I fulfill my own destiny. If you say my debt has come due, how am I to refuse? 'Tis indelicate of me, I know full well, and I can but beg thy forgiveness. Yet even if I must needs go to such lengths, I cannot well feign ignorance of the answer I have found within. Answer to the question, in what moment might I stand strongest? After all that we've been through, I'll only say this. Do what you must, and see your conviction through. I shall, my friend, I shall. Without further ado, then, let us go to join our comrades. So I guess he essentially plans on sacrificing himself next. At least that's what I was getting from that conversation. Let us be off to Elegia. I think at this point we can just teleport back up that way. And we should have an ether current coming up this way. Yeah. That's a bit farther than where we're heading, I guess. I don't actually know if we can get over there at the moment. It looks like it's just, well, I don't know. Let me see. Might be able to do something over this way. Let's see. This will be our 5th one, so we're definitely gaining them at a very fast rate. Though they haven't given us any of the quest ones yet. Though I have a feeling they'll probably give us one here. Yep, there's an ether current right over there. I'm kind of thinking maybe just to skip the quest ones at the moment and just do them all last before the big final bit, I guess, at the end. I don't know. Because we're moving through this zone so fast, it's... Where's the next one? It is very far south. Because at the moment we've already gone through almost half this zone, and we've only been at it for like an hour and a half. Seems everyone is accounted for, shall we then? Let's see what this fundamental truth is.
Please continue. Tell us about this truth you discovered.
Very well. Bear in mind, however, that the purpose of this conversation is not to impart scholarly knowledge, for such requires that you comprehend the subject matter, which you will not. We will forego the intricacies of our scientific methodology and deal only with the conclusion, the end of our society and our world. We acknowledge, with regret, that your star is in the midst of the same panic-induced cataclysm that befell Deneb III. As such, in order to avoid causing undue distress, we will refrain from explicitly stating how much time you have remaining.
You are entirely too kind. I pray you recount your tale as you see fit.
In the beginning, the universe was but a tiny particle. Then suddenly, this particle began to expand. Having remained entirely in the bounds of your star, the phenomenon may be difficult for your kind to grasp. But this expansion has since continued unabated. Speculating that the universe could not grow indefinitely, we sought to learn what might occur, and made a worrying discovery. The stars will continue to spread apart, as will their finite thermal energies. Eventually, all heavenly bodies will grow cold and freeze. No new stars will be born, and the universe will enter onto an eternal ice age. In hopes of proving that this determination was erroneous, we scrutinized our research from all angles, even as we sought to avert the everlasting winter. The endeavor proved fruitless. So infamously so, in fact, that it became synonymous with vain effort. The universe as we know it would end, and there is no way to prevent it. Beneath the weight of this knowledge, our society stagnated. Though we had time still, it was a cold comfort. Why strive for anything when desolation is assured? When our wealth of wisdom, accumulated since the dawning of our kind, would be forever lost. No civilization would rise from our ashes. No scholar recover our knowledge. In silence unbroken, naught would stir. Intellect was once our pride. Overnight, it became our shame. Our works, monuments to futility. Immortality, our greatest invention, became a source of suffering. Rather than suffer on, many chose to unmake themselves by means of etheric exsanguinators. Etched upon these stones are the testaments of such souls, though many left no words at all, thinking it a pointless gesture. Once we have obtained vessels of flesh, we likewise intend to vanish. If you understand this, understand aught of our tale, you will abandon your quest for knowledge. Ignorance truly is bliss. If you would cling to your illusory happiness, remain primitive and pure. It is the only way.
So that's your story. While I appreciate your advice, I will not heed it. Convinced though you may be of this truth, it is yours and not mine. Indeed, truth, I have ever believed, is in the eye of the beholder.
Are you suggesting that we have reached a faulty conclusion? That our science failed us?
Hardly. As you yourself said, the subject matter is beyond my comprehension. And that, I accept, is true. I do not possess the knowledge to prove or disprove your conclusion. In my mortal years, I doubt I could even approach the wisdom of the air. But of one thing am I absolutely certain. I would not be happier in ignorance.
Y'shtola, no! You mustn't!
The most important lesson I've learned is that learning isn't simply passing one's eyes over words. Nay, 'tis when understood for oneself that knowledge attains its true value. This is what has sustained me, driven me onward in joy and wonder, in anger and sorrow. The universe may end, and all may be for naught, but I will live as I always have. I will always seek out new knowledge, and no conclusion of yours, no matter how grim, can dampen my desire.
I suppose it is only to be expected. Their feeble minds cannot fathom the terrifying gravity of it all. But worry not. We consider it our duty to enlighten you, and we will not stop until you grasp the full extent of our despair.
Keep calm and listen well. Though my body will soon dissipate, there may be a way to restore it. Asm's magic. So long as our souls remain, you can use it to summon us back. But you mustn't, for it would mean losing our way forward. This I only reveal so that you can promise not to invoke the magic. We came here knowing what victory may cost, so press on. Press on, and do not look back.
I shall join thee. As subterfuge is not required, thou shalt not suffer for mine absence.
Riange.
My resolve hath never been as strong as thine. Full oft have I wavered in my decisions, and afterwards been stricken with regret. In spite of this, I may still stand with my comrades, supporting them as they attempt the greatest of feats. This truth I have learned in the course of our journey. And many though my shortcomings may be, I may also claim to excel in prophecies. My studies, into which have granted me the flexibility of mind needed to bend this malleable reality. Thus shall I hope that thou mayest have the strength to resist, and our comrades the strength to continue.
With you to urge us on, how could we possibly fail?
What's this? An extinguished civilization. Rekindled.
That's right. Our quest doesn't end here. We'll press on, and we will find you.
There. That's where you'll find me.
Is that another star?
Of the stars we visited, most were already devoid of life. And where there was life still, the inhabitants wished for death. But even death, we learned, isn't truly the end. It is but a part of the cycle of rebirth. Souls return to the star, or in its absence, a larger flow. And eventually they are reborn, alive again, to know suffering anew. True salvation lies not in dying. It lies in not being born. This is the gift I would give to you. To all life on beautiful Aetheris. To that end, we created an egg wherein life cannot quicken. That dead sun. Attain it if you can, before your friends' emotions fade away, along with their protection.
An entire dead sun chilling above us this entire time. We do have some blue quests, it looks like. So we'll leave those alone for now. We'll probably grab them later on. Are you ready to continue on? And let us make our way for where that light's shown. Yustola and Syaoranvee have opened the way for us. Apparently we are indeed heading southwards to where the current is as well. We still need 5 more of those. Definitely far away this way. Yes, I could feel it, the ether emanating from the arcane pattern. This is a portal, and no mistake. Let us see where it leads. Portal of Wisdom. Okay. We're definitely somewhere. Oh, that's very close. Where is that? It's over there. I don't know if I can reasonably get to that. I'm not sure. This seems like it might be like the spot of the ones that fought the dragons, perhaps, with how technology based it looks like. This makes number 6, I believe. So there must be 4 more in this area. Right, there's one not too far from here, actually. In any case, I'm going to go ahead and end the video off here, and we'll go ahead and continue on next time I play, which probably might be tomorrow or something. So, see you guys then.